start making rubbish videos. You come onto social media, you make rubbish videos, and Africa in real more a full more bossu. This is where you are born, or this is where you were bred, you were born and bred. Be it a film or not, your parents still live here. You didn't go there with your parents. Your relatives still live here. Are they animals? Are they living in the bush with us that you think we are animals? Just get your facts right. Learn. Don't just go there and see some, get some, just earn some peanuts, buy yourself some shoes and stand by some building and spew rubbish. It is not helping. Don't ever underestimate your own land, your motherland. Because at the end of the day, you will die and you will be returned back to your motherland where you had no respect for. In Africa, you have a perfect weather. This is one of the main reasons why I would choose Africa over any kind of continent or any kind of country. Are we only, meant to move out of Africa, go serve other countries, and then come back only to be buried in our country? In as much as our leaders are not helping in anything we are doing here, Africa is for us and we should build it by ourselves. Enough of this rubbish you guys are spewing on social media. Learn, come back home and develop Africa to be what you want it to be. Hello beautiful people, and welcome once again to another lovely day. I am scared though, they might come and hit me. Now some people ask me, what is the most beautiful thing to come see in Africa? Like, why should we visit Africa? Charlie, the environment speaks for itself. I don't need to explain everything to you. Like, just look at the clouds. You can see it's almost it's almost about to rain. You understand? This is one of the main reasons why you should visit Africa. You get to meet these cows and then bulls wherever you walk. It is normal. Don't think this is some kind of jungle or anything of the sort. This is Africa for you, and this is why you should visit. Now, welcome once again to another lovely day in Ghana, precisely Ablekuma. This is where I live, and then I just wanted to address certain issues and then certain things that you might have not or you might not have thought of yet, but it's very important you think about them. I try to bring light to things that you do not know yet, or things that might not have crossed your mind, things you might not have thought of yet. I bring them to light so that we all discuss here. Charlie, your comments are always welcomed. I wish everybody out there could have something to talk about. Put it in the comment section and then we all discuss. My topics are actually subject to change. They are subject to corrections, and they are subject to suggestions. In case you think my content creation, my style of creating is kind of boring, you can always put it in the comment section. I am still learning on how to create content to make you happy here. Over the weekends we were in Kwo. Like, Kwo is actually one of the, should I say, the regions in Ghana, in the eastern part of Ghana, where lots of things actually do happen. I have a lot of content to create over there. I wasn't able to create any content. I only created the previous content from Kwo because I was eating with my family and stuff, but I couldn't get the time since I was driving all along. I had to be doing lots of things on my own and then seeing to it that my ankle was comfortable, so I had to skip creating. But honestly speaking, I'm going to find time and then create a very special edition from Kwo for each and everybody's consumption here. I know lots of you would like to know places in Ghana. I am going to visit lots of places here in Ghana. You all suggested I go to Nogokpo. Of course, I am going to go there and bring you lots of fantastic, shots from Nogokpo so that you get to understand how Nogokpo really looks like. Now, over the weekends, like I was saying, we went over to Kwo and it was a funeral. And being at the funeral wasn't really the reason why I was there. Even though I went to escort my uncle, I was there to learn. Okay, I was in Kwo to learn, and I learned a whole lot of things during the funeral. And God being so good, there were certain things that happened that really have to do with lots of things that I teach here. A question that came to mind, or a thought that came to mind when I was at the funeral was, one statement made by Vladimir Putin about Africa. Vladimir Putin's statement about Africa actually triggered a whole lot of thoughts, talks, and then people actually being angry over his statement. But come to think of it, could it be true that Africa indeed is a cemetery for Africans? I sat for some time at the cemetery and then thought of certain things, and they were very thought-provoking. I would like to share them with you here. Here, we strive too much, but we can't have enough of that money. Why am I saying this? Actually, when we were at the funerals are actually meant to bury loved ones and then, say our last, pay last respect to our family members, our friends, and stuff like that. So whilst we were going to bury the man, lots of you might have heard of him, Ernest Chemist. He's actually one of the sons of the soil, and he was going home. We were trying to pay our last respect to him so that he can be buried. He is one of the men of the land who had or have stayed in this country, made things happen for him in this country, own properties, own companies, and own pharmaceutical companies here in the country, and is doing very well, or was doing very well. He is a rich man. Of course, his children or his kids could have chosen to bury him on the very day he died, or a few days away from the day that he died. But everyone was trying to show off. They kept suspending the funeral. They kept procrastinating. They kept postponing the funeral till this, Friday. Now, he's lived a good life. He's had it all. He's been able to make an impact on the lives of people, and he got, if not all the money he needed, he had almost every success he had always dreamt of here in the land of our ancestors, or here in Africa. Now, at the same time, there was this man who was also being buried, but in a different town. And this man had actually lived all his life in should I say UK, let's say London. That's where he had led his life, and he died over there and was sent back home from where he died. Like, he wasn't buried in the country because he isn't a citizen over there. He had to be transported back to Africa, where he got buried. The question that came to mind was he always supposed to go out there, live a life to fulfill other people's dreams, and then only to be returned to his home country after he's dead? What was his relationship with family and friends, relatives, before his death? Some time ago, I was actually listening to a program. I was watching a program on Oyerepa TV, which is Antina. Most of you know her, and then you know what she does, where a man actually had left this country for over 20 years, only to return to Ghana sick. He was really sick. He had stroke and he had to come back because the country which he was in didn't need his service when he fell sick. Okay, this can happen to you. It can happen to most of the people out there. What are your plans? Are you there to stay? Are you there to stay, or you are there just to see greener pastures, get things, get some capital, and come back, invest, and then stay back in your home country? Or you are there to just stay because you love the place so much? Bro, Charlie, are we only, meant to move out of Africa, go serve other countries, and then come back only to be buried in our country? This man who had lived his life, all his life in this country, had a very perfect funeral. The reason why I asked if the man who had traveled had issues with his family is this funeral wasn't that perfect. So what was the relationship? What was the rapport between himself and his family before his death? These are my thoughts though. My contents are actually thought-provoking. If I say anything here, they are very thought-provoking. They are subject to change and they are subject to corrections. You can tell me what you think about this video or previous videos or subsequent videos, and I would correct them. How come someone who had lived his life in a land where he believes is greener than this country, had a very bad funeral, a very poor funeral, while someone who had actually lived all his life in the motherland or on this continent have a perfect funeral? What is yours really going to be like? Are you going to have a perfect funeral, or you would also be buried just like this man who had lived all his life abroad? Once again, I am not trying to deter anybody from moving outside of, Africa or moving to see greener pastures. It is your choice, it is your life. You decide on how you live it. If this is how you want to live your life, like be traveling, hopping from one country to the other just to make ends meet, it is your choice. Like, it is your life. You can choose to do that. But think about it. Don't ever underestimate your own land, your motherland. Because at the end of the day, you will die and you will be returned back to your motherland where you had no respect for. Why can't we as Africans work on, certain things that we think we could have done to make the continent or the country we are from a better place for us to live and live life to the fullest? How about we do it this way? Like, our gold is being stolen, like our diamonds are being stolen, like our resources are being stolen from us to develop other countries. Why don't we go there, steal from them what they have, that is the experience, the knowledge, or whatever they are doing to make their countries a better one, and then come back home and develop our own country, make it a better place to live? Talk of where I came from. You would never have this kind of weather over there. Why? Because it is very scorchy. They are in summer. Whether you like it or not, they are in summer, and you wouldn't have a perfect weather over there. But here we are. In Africa, you have a perfect weather. This is one of the main reasons why I would choose Africa over any kind of continent or any kind of country. Okay, because we have it all. Better resources, good weather, culture, dope, and the food, even the food that we eat is just a different thing altogether. So to end my video, to end today's video, all I would like to tell everybody out there is, you can go out there, go see greener pastures. It is okay, go, but always remember to come back. Don't go out there after I say we're making it, then you start making rubbish videos. You come onto social media, you make rubbish videos, and Africa in real more a full more bossu. This is where you are born, or this is where you were bred, you were born and bred. Be it a film or not, your parents still live here. You didn't go there with your parents. Your relatives still live here. Are they animals? Are they living in the bush with us that you think we are animals? Just get your facts right. Learn. Don't just go there and see get some, just earn some peanuts, buy yourself some shoes and stand by some building and spew rubbish. It is not helping. In as much as our leaders are not helping in anything we are doing here, Africa is for us and we should build it by ourselves. Enough of this rubbish you guys are spewing on social media. Learn, come back home and develop Africa to be what you want it to be. Enough of the insults, enough of the lies you're telling people about the lifestyles you're living there. We all know that building that you are standing by making that video isn't yours. We all understand this is a forest. But this is where we are born. So we are trying our best, our possible best, to make it a better place to live. So that baby also okay. Living outside or living abroad is no longer a thing to boast of. Don't even try it. It is no longer a thing to boast of. I know people who are here in Ghana that are making tons of money that lots of you out there have no idea, and lots of you out there would never have until you die. So stop the boasting. Enough of the shenanigans. Let's just live our lives the way we want to live it and stop deceiving people about the kind of life we are living. I'm beginning to get pissed off. Let me just end this video here. My name remains Kofi Techi. If you haven't subscribed yet, do well to hit on that subscribe button and be a part of the family. And then like this video if you do, share for others to have a feel of what we are sharing here. And then do me a favor by leaving me a comment. Anything you want to talk about, just leave it in the comment section. I'll come read them and then get back to you. Until we meet again, I hope you stay safe, stay out of trouble, and be good. See you on the next one.